It's tables, ladders, and chairs, but a kendo stick is fine, I guess.
Roman Reigns could give up WrestleMania's spot to WWE star after winning Royal Rumble, says analyst. A WWE analyst recently suggested a scenario in which Roman Reigns would win the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. He claimed the OTC could then give up his WrestleMania spot to another superstar. Reigns has been at war with his cousin, Solo Sikoa, and the new Bloodline for several months. After reuniting with the OG Bloodline ahead of Survivor Series, the OTC failed to recruit a fifth member for his team for the WarGames match against Sikoa's group. As Paul Heyman returned from hiatus to present CM Punk as the OG Bloodline's final member, the latter revealed that the Wiseman owed him a favor for helping Reigns and his teammates. On his Notsam Wrestling podcast, analyst Sam Roberts discussed potential scenarios in which Punk would cash in on his favor. He suggested the best in the world could have Heyman make Reigns give him his spot at WrestleMania after potentially winning the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble. I think that the more interesting thing would be Roman Reigns wins the Royal Rumble and Paul Heyman makes Roman Reigns give his WrestleMania match to CM Punk. And then you could do Roman Reigns versus The Rock and CM Punk versus whoever, Rollins, Cody, whatever you want to do. And that way you still have a world title match open for John Cena if you wanted to do it that way, he said. Sam Roberts claims top WWE Raw star could win the Royal Rumble apart from Roman Reigns. On the same episode of Notsam Wrestling, Sam Roberts addressed the possibility of Roman Reigns not winning the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match despite him being the favorite in his opinion. The 41-year-old WWE analyst claimed CM Punk would be his pick to win the match and reserve his spot at WrestleMania 41. If not Roman Reigns, maybe CM Punk. Maybe Punk is the winner, I don't mind that. What if Punk and Drew are number 1 and 2, and Punk and Drew are also the last two, and then Punk eliminates Drew, and he's the winner? Yeah, could be, he said. Punk came close to winning the Royal Rumble as the current undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes eliminated him to win the match. It would be interesting to see if he can accomplish the mission next year. Could Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa end up fighting for new title during WWE Raw's debut on Netflix? An interesting new WWE rumor claims that Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa could be competing for more than just being the tribal chief of the Bloodline during Monday Night Raw's debut on Netflix. There has been no bigger story in WWE over the last few years than the Bloodline saga on SmackDown. And in 2024, the legendary storyline has taken a major turn. After falling in the main event of WrestleMania 40, Roman Reigns took a hiatus from the company. And in his absence, Solo Sikoa took over as the group's leader. He brought in Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Jacob Fatu, giving the group a new but sinister vibe, especially since he kicked his brother Jimmy USO and longtime Wiseman Paul Heyman out of the faction. However, Reigns made his triumphant return in August at SummerSlam, and he has been warring with his cousin ever since. Now, on January 6th, Reigns and Sikoa will compete in tribal combat for the mantle of the tribal chief. And a new rumor claims a brand new belt could be up for grabs in their bout on WWE Raw's Netflix debut. Sources indicate WWE has discussed introducing a tribal chief championship into the storyline between Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa, similar to the People's Championship presented to The Rock at WrestleMania earlier this year, WrestleVotes reported recently. It feels like more championships, and making them tools to sell more merchandise has been a new strategy of the company in recent months. They have introduced new women's United States and Intercontinental Championships this fall, and they even brought back the legendary Winged Eagle belt for Saturday night's main event. Two-time WWE champion may win the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match if Roman Reigns doesn't, says analyst. Massive WWE names are expected to participate in the 2025 Men's Royal Rumble match. Meanwhile, WWE analyst Sam Roberts suggested a top Raw star may win the match if Roman Reigns does not. Speaking on his Notsam Wrestling podcast, the 41-year-old discussed the upcoming Men's Royal Rumble match. Sam pointed out that the OTC was his first pick to win the match. However, the analyst also claimed that in case Roman doesn't win, CM Punk can be the one to overcome 29 other competitors and reserve his spot in the main event of WrestleMania 41. The Raw Talk host suggested Punk could enter the Royal Rumble at number 1 with the Second City Saints' former rival, Drew McIntyre, entering at number 2. He proposed that the two could remain until the end, with the two-time WWE champion eliminating the Scottish Warrior to win the match. If not Roman Reigns, maybe CM Punk. Maybe Punk is the winner. You know, I don't mind that. What if Punk and Drew are number 1 and 2, and Punk and Drew are also the last two? And then Punk eliminates Drew, and he's the winner. Yeah, could be, he said. CM Punk to face a former WWE champion at WrestleMania 41? Veteran predicts. CM Punk was reportedly planned to square off with Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 40 before the best in the world suffered an injury, forcing WWE to change directions. The anticipated match will now take place on Raw's debut on Netflix on January 6th. Speaking on his Cheap Heat podcast, former 24/7 champion Peter Rosenberg suggested Punk could now face Roman Reigns at the upcoming show of shows in Las Vegas. So, I was doing an interview with my friend Jonathan Zaslow, who does a nice wrestling program, and he was suggesting to me the thought that if we're getting CM Punk and Seth Rollins on January 6th, does that mean that likely CM Punk and Seth Rollins is not a WrestleMania match anymore? So, do you think now that CM Punk is going to try to get Paul Heyman to return the favor at WrestleMania, and we're going to get CM Punk versus Roman Reigns at WrestleMania this year? Rosenberg said, "It will be interesting to see if the straight-edge superstar wins the men's Royal Rumble match, or if he battles the OTC at WrestleMania 41. OG Bloodline member to leave Roman Reigns. CM Punk's new alliance formed? 5 ways WWE could end the premiere episode of Raw on Netflix. Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins will carry the company as WWE Raw's Netflix premiere approaches. Netflix will stream the Monday night show from January 6th, 2025, and fans are waiting to see how the change in broadcast will affect the product. WWE will likely move some big stars from NXT and SmackDown to bolster the Red Brand's roster in the coming weeks. Triple H has already booked some big matches for the first episode of Raw on Netflix. Because of the stacked card, the show seems more like a PLE. There are many ways WWE could end the first episode of Raw on Netflix to make headlines and keep fans glued to their screens for the following week's show. With a number of big matches and segments planned for the show, the creative team will have a good pool of twists to pick from. Below are 5 ways WWE could end the premiere episode of Raw on Netflix to kick off 2025. CM Punk and Seth Rollins will main event Raw's Netflix premiere on January 6th. The spot will allow the two top stars to perform their hearts out to entertain WWE fans. Meanwhile, World Heavyweight Champion Gunther is not booked for a match at the show despite being the brand's top champion. This could force the ring general to do